All right, well, welcome back. Today we'll be talking about 12.3 Part 2. And 12.3 Part 2 is mostly looking at an inscribed angle that's created with a tangent line. Now, the way we find it is still the same. It's half of the arc. It just looks different. So instead of an inscribed angle looking like this, and we know it's eating the arc, so for example, if this was 240, okay, we know this would be 120. But instead of the angle looking like this, the angle will be made with a tangent line. So in other words, it'll have a chord and a tangent line. So it looks differently, but the angle itself, the angle itself is still eating that arc. So if this arc measurement was 80 degrees, then this angle measurement would be 40 degrees. Okay, so the relationship between the arc and the angle is still the same. It's just we now are looking at a different type of angle. Now, this is a different type of inscribed angle. The difference is that it has a tangent line. But remember, the vertex is still on the circle. So you have in the circle, which is central angles, and you have on the circle, which are called inscribed angles. Inscribed angles are angles where the vertex is on the circle. They're always half their arcs. So again, you just piece it together. So let's use process of elimination. If I know this measurement here is 80 degrees, I can find this measurement because I subtract it from, 360 minus the 80 would give me this arc measurement of 240. Okay, which means the other angle measurement would be what? 120. Oh, and I'm sorry, that's not 240, it's 280. My bad. And I caught that because, this has to equal 180 degrees because it's a straight line. So this has to be 140. And double 140 is 280. Or subtract 360 from 80, or 80 from 360 and you get 280. Half of that is 140. No one cares which parts of the puzzle you use. You just have to use all of your geometry rules. All right, so let's look. What I would like you to do is to try the got it problem. Pause the video, and then I'm going to go through the got it problem right on this paper. So pause it and try it yourself. It's on page 818. Right, welcome back. We'll go ahead and do the problem. And again, we process this the same way. I draw the shape, and I mark all of the points on the shape. So I know it's Q, J, and L. Now the reason I'm doing this is so that I can keep my sanity. In other words, I'm going to do one angle at a time so my picture does not look so complex. I do know that even though, I'm going to move that, even though it doesn't look like it, so let me put a little white out there, apologize, so it doesn't, I know that QL is a diameter, right? So now what do? I drew my circle, and then I drew the diameter, and the reason I did that is because I know this arc over here has to be 180 degrees then. Okay, so that helps me, eventually. Okay, now, I draw one angle at a time, and the first angle I'm going to draw is the one that they give me. They give me 35 degrees. So I draw this one, which means this arc is what? 70 degrees. Now watch how this works. That arc's 70 degrees, so what's this arc? This arc is 110, Why is it 110? Because this side also had to add up to 180. Now I have all the arcs, they add up to 360. Now I find the angle they want me to find. I draw it next. Okay? And it's X. They want me to find that angle. Well, you can see you just drew around this arc. So that angle is half of that arc, which would be 35 degrees. So angle X is equal to 35 degrees. And last but not least would be angle Y. And angle Y I draw is right here. And it swallows up arc 110. Divide it in half, and I get 55 degrees. So notice, I start with a very simple circle. I put the points on the circle, and if I have a diameter, I go ahead and draw it and find the measurements that I need. For the arcs, once I have all the arcs, I go back and draw one angle at a time and see if I can use that angle to find another arc, or the arc to find the measure of the angle. And I always start with the angle that has the number in it. All right, it's a puzzle. They lead you to the answer. Remember, it's adding and subtracting and at most dividing by 2. This is it for 12.3. Good luck on the homework. Please remember that we only have one more section, 12.5, and it is very super simple. It's being able to write a formula and understanding what goes into the actual formula for a circle. All right, thank you very much. See you tomorrow.